A forgotten bus ticket changed his life 10 years later. In Detroit, Michigan, a man was organizing an old bookshelf in his apartment. Most of the books hadn't been opened in years. As he pulled one from the shelf, something slipped out and fell to the floor. It was an old bus ticket. The paper was faded. The edges were worn. At first, it looked meaningless, but the moment he saw it, memories came rushing back. That ticket came from one of the hardest days of his life. 10 years earlier, he was chasing a dream that seemed impossible. He worked long hours. He studied at night. He sacrificed weekends. Yet nothing seemed to work. Every step forward felt followed by 2 steps backward. One afternoon, after another disappointment, he sat alone at a bus stop. The weather was cold. The sky was gray. And for the first time, he seriously considered giving up. He felt tired. Not physically, emotionally. He wondered if all his effort was pointless. Maybe his dream was too big. Maybe he wasn't talented enough. Maybe success was meant for other people. As he waited for the bus, those thoughts kept growing stronger. Then an elderly woman sat beside him. She noticed he looked upset. After a short conversation, she asked a simple question. "What happens if you quit today?" The man shrugged. "I stop failing." The woman smiled. Then she said something he never forgot. "No. If you quit today, your story ends exactly where you are." The bus arrived. She stood up. Before leaving, she added one more sentence. "Bad days make people quit. Good days make them glad they didn't." Then she stepped onto the bus and disappeared. The conversation lasted less than 5 minutes, but those words stayed with him. That evening, instead of quitting, he decided to continue for one more day. Just one. The next day became another day. Then another. Then another. Progress remained slow. Success didn't suddenly appear. Life didn't magically become easier. But he kept moving. Months passed, then years. Little by little, things improved. Skills improved. Confidence improved. Opportunities improved. The dream that once seemed impossible started becoming real. Not because of luck. Not because everything went perfectly. Because he refused to quit on a bad day. Standing in his apartment 10 years later, holding that old bus ticket, he realized something powerful. Most people never fail because they lack ability. They fail because they make permanent decisions during temporary emotions. They quit during difficult moments. They walk away during challenging seasons. They judge their future based on one bad day. But life doesn't work that way. One bad day doesn't define your future. One rejection doesn't define your future. One mistake doesn't define your future. The people who eventually succeed aren't always the smartest or most talented. Often, they're simply the people who stay long enough to see things improve. He placed the bus ticket on his desk and smiled. Because that tiny piece of paper represented a turning point. A moment when he could have given up. A moment when his story could have ended differently. A moment that changed everything. Today, whenever life becomes difficult, he remembers that bus stop. He remembers the cold weather, the frustration, the doubt, and the stranger who gave him advice at exactly the right moment. So if you're watching this right now and you're having a bad day, listen carefully. Do not make a final decision based on a temporary feeling. Do not give up because progress feels slow. Do not walk away because success hasn't arrived yet. Some of the best chapters of your life may still be ahead. Keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing. Because one day, you'll look back at the moment you almost quit and realize it was the moment that made you stronger. And maybe, years from now, you'll be grateful that you chose one more day, one more effort, one more try. Because sometimes, one more day is all it takes to change the direction of your entire